Oracle. Oh my lord. That was creepy. That was really creepy. Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome those who can join us live. I'm gonna get started because I don't have a lot of time this morning and it's been a whole busy week of doing these readings and celebrating Halloween, Samhain as well. So we're gonna get straight into it. In today's video, we're going to be looking at, hi Dora, welcome. We're going to be looking at November monthly predictions for the sign of Aquarius. So these are general predictions. We're just going to see what spirit wants to focus on. I'm going to start by pulling 3 cards from this tarot deck, which will tell us the 3 main themes your sign can expect to experience in the month of November. I'll then be clarifying with more tarot to get specific predictions within that theme and then advice at the end as well for each of the themes. So this video is intended for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Risings, or Aquarius people who have strong Aquarius placements in their chart. If you aren't an Aquarius, you're more than welcome to stay and cross-watch. I just need you to know I'm a very honest reader. So you may hear or see something that you do not like. Morning, everybody. Welcome. Oh, welcome. Let's get into it. Oh my gosh, you know what? I didn't even set an intention yet, so I'm going to put that back and we're going to keep shuffling because that felt like it was more about the energy of this reading, like not necessarily Aquarius. All right, Spirit, please tune me into Aquarius's energy. What can Aquarius expect for the month of November? What can Aquarius expect for the month of November? Ooh, we have the moon coming out reversed. We also have Fortune coming out reversed. And we have the 10 of Swords upright. So at the back of the deck we have Art. It is technically the Temperance card in this deck too. This is interesting, Aquarius. I feel like a major theme in November is definitely going to be more about balance, maybe even patience. I feel like something is testing your energy, testing your patience, not in the sense of time, patience in the sense of I can't do this now. I have to wait for a better chance, a better opportunity. It almost feels like there's a frustration and you are going to be figuring out how to kind of balance your desire and frustration to make everything happen right here, right now. Especially with Art upright, I almost wonder if that card is asking for you to take advantage of opportunities and then to kind of release things that aren't opportunities right now. It's going to be a difficult month if you're not keeping busy, because Temperance is a frustrating card to get when it feels like you're just kind of sitting around twiddling your thumbs. So I feel like you're going to want to keep busy in November. Otherwise, you're going to get very frustrated with what is out of your control. So let's get into it. We'll start with your first theme over here, which is the Moon card reversed. Intriguing. Something's coming to light with that card being reversed. I wonder what it is. Let's see. Intuitively, I'm picking up on the fact that you're seeing someone's true colors. It feels like a facade is being lifted, or actions speak louder than words, apparently. So someone is going to do something that kind of proves to you what you had intuitively expected or suspected. Let's have a look. What is going on? Who is this person? Why is the moon reversed here for Aquarius in their November month? We have the 10 of Pentacles upright. Oh, so it's a good kind of thing. Okay. It's a good kind of truth-telling. Not a scandalous one. The 6 of Pentacles reversed. I owe you. What's going on here? We also have the Hanged Man upright. Okay, this is interesting. It feels like someone's on borrowed time over here. It feels like someone is like borrowing time, or they have to do a rain check. It's not going the way that they wanted and they feel guilty now that it's, what's the word? Like something is like more of a burden. I definitely feel like from your energy, Aquarius, you are being very clear about what you need and about what you expect. And I feel like when it comes, let's address a few issues within this theme. When it comes to people, there is a strong feeling here of you only giving allowances to people who you know are going to pay you back. Like I do see people asking you for favors. In the month ahead, some of those favors could be monetary favors, but I feel like for the Ten of Pentacles to be here, anything that is borrowed is only borrowed temporarily. There's this feeling of I owe you, like you will pay me back. With the Hanged Man being here though, there's this interesting feeling of compassion. Like I'm not doing this for me. So for others of you, I do feel like this theme is more about trying to get to some long-term goal when it comes to financial success, and maybe needing to borrow money, or maybe needing to kind of have someone help out and borrow a favor with the Six of Pentacles reversed. I almost see that as either someone borrowing time or borrowing money, resources. I do think with the Moon reversed, there's a strong feeling of something like coming to light. And I feel like this may be testing your empathy and your ability to be truthful about your situation. Like if you're so close to a certain financial goal and you just need a little bit more help, I feel like you're going to have to kind of drop the pride a little bit and ask for help, because it feels like, look at that, King of Swords at the back of the deck reversed. It's interesting. It almost feels like someone is needing to be like a bigger person in this situation. I'm definitely going to clarify. I'm going to get my second deck and we'll see what I'm missing here. It's hard when the Moon comes out because it's such an elusive energy. It's so hard to pinpoint. What is going on with this theme for Aquarius? Wow, especially in Halloween. Take the mask off. Halloween lasts for like 24 hours. But because it didn't really fall on a weekend, I mean, we've been playing dress up for a week now. So somebody's been wearing that mask for at least a week. We have Six of Needles. That's the Six of Swords in this deck. Clarify what's going on with this Moon energy. We have the Strength card and the Page of Candles. That's interesting. One more card, actually. Clarify what's going on with this Moon card, please, Spirit. Because these two came out together, so this is its own. We have the Nine of Needles. Yeah, there's definitely regrets here. There's a guilty feeling and trying to move forward, trying to find a way to move forward. It feels like you're receiving information of how a situation is not as it seemed. And so you're trying to figure out, well, okay, how can I move this forward now? What can I do? And it doesn't feel like it's too late. It almost just feels like you may need to kind of redirect the energy and have an honest conversation about how to move forward. I do think that this could also be about a deadline. And in order for you to meet it, you have to kind of reach out and ask for an extension or make it known that you don't have the ability to meet that deadline. I feel like a conversation in this situation helps you get to your goal, but you have to borrow time or you have to borrow money. And the goal here seems to be long-term security. So I'm measuring that as more of like a financial thing, but I could also see how this is long-term security within like your lifestyle in general. And if you're reaching out to somebody else, you're needing compassion from them with the Strength card reversed. You're kind of saying like, this is what I want to do. It could even lead to like refinancing an existing loan, or just trying to work out a situation in which you don't have to compromise your Ten of Pentacles, your security, your lifestyle, your plan. You still can get to that end goal. And I feel like the Page of Candles is here with the Hanged Man to say that this is a situation in which you will gain a fresh perspective once the fog clears. You may enter it feeling like, oh gosh, like something's not right. I'm not like, it's not going to go the way I had hoped. How do I get to my long-term goal of this security? And I think like as the month progresses, more clarity will be coming to you. Or if you've already experienced this fog in October, you're definitely going to be straight into clarity in November. There is this feeling of it makes more sense over time, and you will gain a fresh perspective, because it feels like with the Page of Candles, your solution is not only exciting, but it may not have existed when this plan was first made. your solution is only really happening in November, as though it's either a window or some sort of solution that was only created recently. We have the Nine of Candles at the back of the deck. So there does seem to be a turning point here with these two nines reversed. You can get that security, but you have to kind of embrace this turning point. You have to take the information and change the situation with a different strategy, a different action, and different kind of thinking, almost outside of the box thinking. So let us get some advice about this theme, a very weirdly practical theme. You know, like compared to all the signs so far, that is the most practical theme I've had, and like this is my last day of filming, so that's really interesting. You're my 10th sign, and it's just this one with a super practical message. I love it. Oh, welcome back, Diane. What is the advice with this moon theme for Aquarius in November? Okay, this is interesting. The main focus seems to be on seeing your opportunities and seeing clearly in this situation for the Carrot card to come out. There's also this feeling of sticking to the plan and just being open to how that plan can unfold, because what it feels like is you have a desired outcome, but we're missing the in-between phases, the in-between steps. We don't really know how to get that done in order to get to the outcome. So stay open-minded, keep your eyes open when it comes to looking for opportunities and for solutions. You can have this outcome. It just feels like the plan is being made in November. It also feels like with the eye here and this earth energy, this situation is going to literally present itself to you in a very obvious way. So don't overthink it. Try not to kind of doubt that it is possible or that this solution is too good to be true. It feels like a very practical solution to a practical problem with all this earth energy. At the back of the deck, we do have wholeness, black mulberry. So I feel like the way there is kind of like a weird misdirection. It would almost be looked at as like if you weren't resilient or if you weren't kind of as dedicated as you are, it would look like this whole situation is falling apart, but it feels like it has to be redirected because the answers that you need are either right behind you or they're in a solution that isn't going to be created until November. I hope that was helpful and that made sense. It's definitely an odd theme to channel, so I feel like if it didn't resonate, it may make sense more as November progresses, but a very practical theme over there. I can't get over that. I love practical messages. I just get shocked when they come out. I'm so used to reading like intuitive messages that are very like almost hoodoo voodoo, you know? Hard to kind of explain. So let us keep going. We're going to have a look at the second theme now. We have the Wheel of Fortune over here. The Wheel of Fortune is reversed. I just want to show you this card again because there could be key symbolism. Keep an eye out for playing cards, butterflies, specifically monarch butterflies or orange butterflies. This dragon, but I feel like you need to keep an eye out for mosaic sculptures in general. Not necessarily a dragon, but a mosaic sculpture in general. I think those will be key signs when it comes to this theme. I'm also seeing a huge circular, it looks like a window, but it's kind of like foggy. You know what it reminds me of? You know how you go into some of those like public bathrooms and they have that big round light on the ceiling, and it's usually got like bugs in it or it's like a glazed look. That's what that reminds me of. Something about this has to do with a public space where there's mosaic sculptures and circular lights. What's going on with this Wheel of Fortune reverse here? And the card on that card is the Nine of Spades. Wait, excuse me. It's the Nine of Clubs. Lucky I checked. Oh my days. I'm out here telling you all to look for spades. Nine of Clubs. Scandalo. Let me pick that up off the ground. Okay, Spirit, what can you tell us about this Wheel of Fortune theme for Aquarius? Lily Cat, no you didn't. Are you serious? That is amazing. That is amazing. It's early, but this is me very excited at 9 o'clock in the morning. I can't believe That is crazy. And welcome back, Snow Tiger. We have the Princess of Cups coming out first. I cannot believe. Oh my days. All right. We have the Princess of Wands reversed. What else can you tell us about this Wheel of Fortune? We have the Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of people up here. We literally have 3 court cards. That's a lot of people. So, you know, I recently had a yarn to ESO Tarot about this actually. That's ironic. Maybe she doesn't have Aquarius placements, but I feel like the Wheel of Fortune for me lately is like a direction card. And I feel like with that card reversed, maybe the month of November, because this was a similar energy over here, I think the month of November is trying to redirect you. I can see how this is going to translate differently depending on where your Aquarius placement is. It's going to be very frustrating for Aquarius risings or Aquarius suns. I know we have someone who is literally all Aquarius in their big 3. But if you are only a Venus Aquarius or an Aquarius moon, it's not going to be frustrating. It might even be exciting because I do see how the energy around you is trying to change your direction. And I can see how Spirit is saying, like, turn around, turn around. If it doesn't work out the way that you expected, trust and believe that it wasn't meant for you and something better is coming. Try not to get too attached to your desire for specific things to go ahead, because I see with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, there is a strong feeling of a redirection, especially when it comes to people, especially when it comes to interests and meeting new people, or just kind of being in a situation in which you're exchanging energy with a lot of people. Because I'm seeing the Princess of Cups upright, the Princess of Wands reversed, the Queen of Wands upright. The truth is your energy is very magnetic and you are attracting a very strong, what's the best word to describe it? Like a really strong outcome in terms of it's what you are energetically aligned with. But when it comes to what you expected with the Princess of Wands reversed, it is very different. And I think that it's something that will reveal itself more to you through consistent interactions. Like I almost feel with the Princess of Cups being here, you may need to enter the situation really lighthearted and just kind of open-minded, but also somewhat, what's the word? Like not putting all your eggs in one basket, not getting your hopes up too soon. It feels like you need to be kind of cordial, you know, and just sort of friendly, not super invested from the beginning. And this does seem to involve people in some way, but I don't think it's going to be like a dating situation for all of you. I feel like it's more of something that you exchange energy with, or a situation in which you're exchanging energy with a lot of people. What's at the back of the deck for you? The 3 of Swords. Yeah, it's hard because you have so many choices, and I feel like you're going to have to choose something that involves you needing to have a difficult conversation. So I wouldn't be surprised if once you find the direction that you want to go in, or once the universe kind of makes it obvious what direction you should be going in, it may be a little bit hard to kind of to swallow. The 3 of Swords is not a fun card, but it is another card that's about direction and forking off and expanding your way of thinking and your horizon by allowing yourself to see that something has come to an end. So I do think that if it's unnecessarily difficult and if it's becoming really challenging, Aquarius, it is not for you. You need to let it go and you need to give yourself the opportunity to see what else is out there. Let's clarify with my second deck though. What is this Wheel of Fortune energy about? Because the 3 of Swords is upright, it doesn't have to be a super sad moment. It can just be a moment of accepting the fact that one door is closing and another door is opening. Your horizon is expanding, and that involves something needing to either transform with the change or be left behind. I see, especially on this card, look, we have Saturn and we have Libra. So I do see alliances and partnerships and this feeling of you working with other people. But I think in order to get the fair outcome, someone has to get left behind, either an expectation or a person who cannot fulfill the energy that we're putting out there. So what is going on here with this Wheel of Fortune? It almost could be as simple as, say you had planned a trip with a friend and you were both supposed to go on this trip. It was supposed to be really fun, and other people heard about it and they started joining. And then all of a sudden the friend that you wanted to go with originally wasn't able to save enough money, or something came up and they couldn't go, and they're really disappointed, and you're kind of getting your hopes let down a little bit because you had expected to go on this with them, but there's other people there and you're still, you know, ready to go. So that's what it kind of feels like. There's something about this in which someone who may have been intended to be with you in this moment isn't going to be there anymore. So it does feel like someone else is there instead, or you're at least attracting a better outcome with the Queen of Wands. Like, I literally feel like you have every chance to live your best life, but somebody else can't be there with you. We also have Judgment upright coming out. What can you tell me about this Wheel of Fortune? We have the Hierophant. And we have Justice reversed. Interesting. Yeah, someone's definitely getting left behind with Justice reversed. Someone is definitely getting left behind. We have the Page of Potions again. That's the Page of Cups in this deck. So look at all that Major Arcana suites. We only had court cards and now we only have Major Arcana at the bottom. I definitely feel like a lighthearted approach is the way to go when it comes to involving people in plans and meeting new people in the month ahead. I think that you should enter kind of these social situations, or these situations in which others want to join you on whatever it is that you're doing, because it feels like people want to join you in something that you want to do. Just hold their words to a grain of salt, if that's the right saying, in the sense of, I don't see someone in particular being able to fulfill that promise or that desire. With Judgment being here though, I definitely feel like the situation will reinvent itself. It's going to transform in a way where someone's loyalty or desire to be around you is going to be made very obvious, and another person's lack of conviction is also going to be made very obvious. It could be that they're the same person, but I don't think so. I feel like you're going to be spoilt for choices when it comes to certain social, what's the word? Like, not even obligations, just social opportunities. The Hierophant is also acknowledging restraint and some sort of structure that could be coming in the way. It could be that what you had planned to do doesn't fit in somebody else's routine or schedule, or they're bound to another institution. That means they can't travel. It almost reminds me of like military, and how they have to give a certain amount of notice before they leave the country. It does also make me think that whatever is kind of standing in the way is like a valid reason. So there's no hard feelings here. There's just a very honest, somewhat difficult conversation, and then somebody being left behind while you get the chance to continue blossoming and reinventing yourself. I could also see how some of you are spending time away from someone that is genuinely wanting to be around you. I feel this person could even be missing you, but it's more of a feeling of, I'm missing out on experiences with you. That's what this feels like. So what is the advice in this theme? What is the advice in this theme for Aquarius? Yeah, it's almost like you got to travel, I didn't. Okay. We have Trust. Okay. Trust in this deck is also the Basil card. We've got number 21, Scorpio, and yeah, the fire. So Scorpio is definitely saying the situation is going to transform for the better. So trust. Basil is also saying, I have a feeling like, I don't know about you, but basil is a very strong, sort of pungent herb. Love it. But you can't walk past basil and say, like, that's not basil. You know what I mean? So I feel like this situation is going to be made very obvious. It's going to kind of be highlighted that it's not going forward, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I don't think you need that much advice. I just think you need to hear that this is a process. It's all about that temperance energy. Trust the process and trust that the situation is transforming for your highest good. Because look, we have abundance at the back of the deck. So definitely a favorable outcome for you. Unfortunate for somebody else, though, who's missing out on this experience with you. I feel like this person may even get angry and frustrated, but it's wasted because there's nothing they can do about it. So let's have a look at your last theme now. Your last theme over here is the Ten of Swords. Now, it's very glary in that corner, you know, if you join me a lot, but I'm going to show you each of the cards before I put them down, just so you can get a good view. Ten of Swords for me, I mean, to be honest with you, the first word that's coming into my head is betrayal, an act of betrayal. But you know what I feel like? I feel like from your end, this is clarity. Again, this is you seeing something clearly and getting the opportunity to put an end to something as well. So let's see what's going on for this Ten of Swords, please, Spirit. We're actually supposed to use this deck first. Getting confused. Oh, lovely, Diane. Basil, fresh basil is amazing. So lovely. So, what is going on with this Ten of Swords energy for Aquarius, Spirit? We have the Six of Cups coming out upright. That's interesting. More Scorpio energy in your reading. I'm also seeing strong Virgo just in the Hermetic cards. But to be fair, we also have Leo. We have Pisces. We've got more Scorpio. I can see how Aquarius is here. Libra, Sagittarius, Cancer. There's a lot of signs actually. But strong Virgo, strong Scorpio. Look at that. Wheel of Fortune. Strong Sagittarius, I guess. One more card. What's going on for the Ten of Swords energy here? What's going on with this Ten of Swords energy? We have the Star and the Ace of Cups. Interesting. I'll hold that a little bit longer. There's a lot of symbolism on this star energy. We have Jupiter, Saturn, the Moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, and the Sun. That's interesting. What's at the back of the deck? The Ace of Wands. Even more interesting. The plot thickens, Aquarius. You know what? I mean, first of all, let's address these two opportunities over here. When one door closes, another door opens is literally going to be the title of this reading. When one door closes, another door opens. The thing is, I'm seeing a lot of opportunity come your way. I'm seeing opportunity through ways of like excitement and passion, creativity, even a new creative project that you just can't wait to get started. But I'm also seeing a lot of chemistry. I'm seeing like your energy is just so drawn to something. You're so attracted to this idea, this opportunity. And there's this huge creative spark in your aura. Like it just feels like you're burning really hot in November. Very intense energy. On top of that though, this Ten of Swords reversed. Look at my hands. I just saw my hands and I didn't realize that's all you can see. On top of that though, I feel like with this Six of Cups energy here, there's almost this feeling of something coming full circle. It's a strong feeling of coming home and getting to feel a little bit more secure about where things are going. Because I do think that the Six of Cups in this deck is more about clear feelings and knowing where you stand in a situation and feeling quite, I want to even argue that you're feeling quite settled in a good way. This sense of emotional security is what is inspiring you to want to take advantage of these other opportunities. I'm seeing also with the Ace of Cups and the Star, an emotional opportunity here that involves either healing something from your past or taking advantage of something that's right in front of you that you are worried you might miss out on. This does feel too good to be true. So there's part of you that really, really, really wants this, but you're trying not to get your hopes up. There's a strong feeling of you being very practical in November as well, despite this energetic pull, despite your energy literally being a beacon for opportunity. You're still trying not to get your hopes up. And with the Wheel of Fortune in this theme, I just can't help but feel like you are going to come out of this situation feeling victorious but preparing to fail, because it's the Ten of Swords theme. It's like the universe has your back, but you're making sure that the checks and balances add up in your mind. Like you're making a pros and cons list. You're making backup plans, secondary backup plans. And then what would happen if that fails as well? The Ten of Swords is you almost forecasting possibilities of, well, if this doesn't work out, I still have this, 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 and this. Now, I feel like these opportunities are going to be very hard to ignore. You're going to jump at them. But I can also see how, even though you're kind of jumping on these bandwagons, you're still going to try to have this reserved doubt and this shadow of like a doubtful fear of like, well, if it doesn't work out. So to be honest with you, I almost can see you betraying yourself here with the Ten of Swords by thinking that this isn't going to work out the way that you want it to. What else can you tell us? We have the Eight of Presents reversed. That's interesting. That's a feeling of finishing something before it's actually finished. Like either halting it, pausing it, and going, you know what, like I don't want to keep doing this. Or it's a feeling of reinvesting energy in a different way, breaking a cycle of behavior and investment so that you can start something new. We also have the Seven of Candles. Courage is required, but I see a lot of conviction. Again, your word, it seems to be conviction as well. There's a strong desire for things to work out. Even though you're an underdog, I see you putting in a lot of effort. It's just your mind that's like, well, yeah, you know, I don't have it 100%. Like, it's not really my thing, but I'm going to give it my shot anyway. I'm going to shoot my shot anyway, and hopefully I get it. What else can you tell us about this Ten of Swords? Yeah, wow, that's amazing, Veronica. We also have the Three of Potions reversed. Yeah, it's like you don't want to take this, you're taking this situation so seriously, and you're being very wary of accidentally, like, misjudging it. Like, it almost feels like, I don't know, especially Aquarius Venuses, you'll resonate as this, maybe an Aquarius Moon too. Is somebody coming towards you in a playful manner, almost flirting with you, and you're taking it like real seriously, or you're being sarcastic about the whole thing, like, yeah, whatever, like that would be fun, I guess. But like part of you is very drawn to this. You really want this. You just don't want to show that you want this. That's what it feels like. That's what this feels like. You really want this. You just don't want to show that you want this. Is there any cautionary messages with this theme before we get advice, Spirit? Spirit saying check the back of the deck. We have the King of Candles. That makes sense. The King of Candles is all about plans, strategies, and using your creative passion or your creative energy to start to kind of forecast optimistically how this is going to play out. And I wonder if your plans, your strategies need to be more forward thinking than they are. There's this feeling of taking advantage of the moment, but trying not to get too wrapped up in the future because you're afraid it's not going to last that long. And Spirit's saying, well, actually, I think you may need to think a little bit further ahead than what you're doing here without telling yourself that it's not going to work out. So what is the advice? What is going on with Aquarius's Ten of Swords advice? Oh my gosh, Pomrose, really? Oh, Brittany. Let's get advice for y'all. What is the advice for Aquarius Bebbers with this Ten of Swords? I love how your advice is literally like one card in the bottom deck energy. It's a very straightforward feeling with you. I think in the month ahead, really just take things as they are. Try not to read between the lines. Don't make them unnecessarily confusing. And try not to overthink these things. I know that that's easier said than done, but really do your best to just accept the fact that the universe is co-creating with you. They want this to happen for you. Your energy is so magnetic. All that's missing is the belief that things are going to work out for the better. It's like in the moment, you have a lot of conviction and courage and compassion even. You're being very tested here with your energy in terms of the things that are out of your control and the fact that you have to be patient for certain things to unfold in specific ways. We have Nasturtium coming out for you with the Victory card. So this is Aries, Air, and 44. Nasturtium is like a really, well, I wouldn't say delicious. It's got like a peppery taste to it, but it's an edible flower. I feel like this energy is really like bittersweet, can I say? Because I'm seeing success, I'm seeing victory, but if you ever had a nasturtium flower, you know what I'm talking about. It's not like, it's pretty, but it's not like the nicest thing to taste. So I feel like you need to be more aware of the fact that a win is a win, sweet soul. I'm seeing the opportunity here for newness and new direction, new purpose, especially with that Ace of Wands at the back of the deck. A strong feeling of new purpose. And I feel like there's a lot of desire, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of excitement, but we know that all of that energy, that fiery energy, can easily turn into things like nervousness, things like anxiety, things like restlessness, and a feeling as though this is too overwhelming. So try not to let it get to that point where all you're tasting is the bitterness. Remind yourself that a win is a win. This is a victorious moment. Especially with the 44 there, I definitely feel like the situation will prove itself to you. I see fours as very stable, sort of secure energies. So I feel like it's going to show you that it's going to work out. You've just got to trust that what you're seeing is real. The back of the deck, I'm seeing tranquility. So more peace energy, more stillness, more acceptance, more kind of receptivity. A strong feeling of just accepting that things are the way that they are for a reason. It doesn't mean that things are going to fall apart and the worst thing is going to happen. Trust that this is a win and that you are doing really, really well. So I think that's what I'm seeing for you, Aquarius. I think I'm going to call your reading there. You're one of my quicker signs, but I feel like that's because it's a very straightforward energy. I hope it was helpful for you, this reading. I hope it was informative. And if it didn't resonate 100%, it may resonate more as the month progresses, or you may have messages in your sun, moon, rising signs. It has been a pleasure to read for you all. Thank you everybody for joining me in the chat. I'm going to end this stream now and I'll be starting Gemini in the next 10 minutes. So I shall see you there if you have any Gemini placements. Otherwise, I wish you a prosperous, successful, happy, abundant, joyful month ahead. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye.